Disciplined and motivated, this son of an armyman reversed every challenge into an opportunity and commanded every bit of this very challenging engineering services exam on his terms. Abhishek Kumar, a B.Tech from MNIT Jaipur, secured AIR-7 in ESE 2019 from Civil Engineering branch. Listen into how he strategized and deployed his time and energy in capturing this vantage position. Congratulations, Abhishek, on securing All India Rank 7 in ESE 2019 from Civil Engineering branch.
Thank you so much, sir.
Abhishek, what has been the biggest learning all through this year-long churning process that you have lived through ESE?
Sir, मैंने ESE 2 बार दिया है. I have given ESE 2 times. And one thing that I have learned from this ESE examination process over the period of 2 years is you have to be persistent enough. Because the syllabus is so vast, इतना vast syllabus है, इतनी चीज़ें पूछी जाती हैं and the exam pattern is such कि आपके immense pressure होता है. You are in immense pressure of time and space. So you have to be persistent. एक कुछ चीज़ें आप धीरे धीरे सीखते हैं, हर चीज़ आप एक बार में नहीं सीख सकते. So when you give time, धीरे धीरे आप examination preparation करते जाते हैं and you discover new things, अपनी mistakes से सीखते जाते हैं. Ultimately there comes a stage when you are prepared enough to crack the exam.
Abhishek, when is it you decided to go for ESE?
Sir, during my college years, when I was in third years, I came to know about ESE. My friend started preparing with it because he had to give the examination in the fourth year. I was a little short in age, so I did not get the opportunity. So उनसे मेरे को ये पता चला. After fourth year, when I came back home, I started preparing full-fledgedly for ESE examinations.
अभिषेक, बात करें हम आपके 24 घंटे के शेड्यूल की, तो what it used to be?
So our daily schedule was very different from others. मैं पूरे दिन में the best time that I found to study was in the night because मेरे घर के आसपास छोटे बच्चे रहते हैं, so it was a very crowded place. बच्चे शाम में खेलते हैं, बहुत हल्ला होता था, तो मैं पढ़ नहीं पाता था. So I used to study from 10 to 4 in the night. Because that was the best time, शांति सबसे ज़्यादा होती थी, so it was the best time to study. And then सुबह सुबह जब फिर से हल्ला होने लगता है 4 to 10 मैं सोता था because that was कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होती थी उस वक्त. And then again जब शांति होती थी मैं उठ के फिर से that was the time that I utilized for studying. लोग बोलते थे कि तू ऐसे क्यों करता है, your study pattern is bad, but that was the most productive thing I found because उस रात में जो पढ़ाई होती थी वो दिन में मैं कितने भी घंटे पढ़ लूँ मेरे से नहीं होती थी.
And Abhishek, how long you persisted with this schedule?
Sir, I persisted with this schedule right after I left my college. मैं यही करता ही आ रहा हूँ शुरू से, जब से मैंने कॉलेज छोड़ा था, बिकॉज कॉलेज में ऐसी आदत बन गई थी कि लेट नाइट्स तक हम जगते थे. सो आई डिसाइडेड कि जब लेट नाइट जगना ही है तो व्हाई नॉट यूटिलाइज दिस टाइम. बिकॉज मैंने कुछ दिनों तक ट्राई किया कि दिन में शाम में 7 बजे के आसपास पढ़ना स्टार्ट करते हैं, बट वो पॉसिबल ही नहीं हो पा रहा था बिकॉज ऑफ द साउंड्स अराउंड. कॉन्सेंट्रेशन नहीं बनता था. That is why I decided कि it is better to study at night and then study in the morning or the evening time.
And when is it you passed out of your college?
Sir, I passed out of college in 2017.
So 2017 to 2018 and then 2018 to 2019 for 2 years continuously you were on the same rigorous regime, that is this schedule, 24-hour schedule, right?
Yes, sir. Sir, it was difficult. थोड़े टाइम बाद ऐसा लगता है कि why am I doing this? It is difficult to, so I go back to a normal schedule. But for that I decided कि हर एक महीने में once in a while I'll leave studies, take my mind off it, get everything off, and उस दिन मैं एक दिन या 2 दिन मैं पूरी तरह से सिर्फ सोऊंगा. So that was one thing that helped me gain freshness also and help my body also. And otherwise I continued my regime for all the time apart from that.
अभिषेक, इस तरह के रजीम रखना इतने लंबे टाइम तक, इट रिक्वायर्स अ मोटिवेशन ऑफ ऑल टुगेदर डिफरेंट लेवल. सो टेल मी व्हाट इज द सोर्स ऑफ योर मोटिवेशन?
सर, द सोर्स ऑफ माय मोटिवेशन इज माय फादर. ही हैज ऑलवेज मोटिवेटेड मी एंड ही केप्ट ऑन टेलिंग मी दैट कुछ भी करो, you have to be persistent in it, because being persistent is what makes you what will help you get success. उन्होंने कभी ये नहीं बोला कि ये भी है तो ये एग्ज़ाम ट्राई कर ले, ये एग्ज़ाम ट्राई कर ले. मेरे पापा कभी नहीं बोलते थे दैट ये भी एग्ज़ाम दे ले, ये भी एग्ज़ाम दे ले. ही न्यू कि मैं ES के लिए जा रहा हूँ, So he always told me, go for it. He did. वो कभी बोलते भी नहीं थे कि ये फॉर्म निकला है, वो फॉर्म निकला है. He was the best motivation I could have. मैं कुछ डिप्रेस भी होता था कि नहीं हो रहा, बिकॉज मैंने गेट दिया था 2018 में, मार्क्स नहीं आए. When I was down, when I ES में 2018 में सिलेक्शन नहीं हुआ, I was down. He was the best motivator. उनको वो समझ गए थे कि he is down, so he'll need some motivation. उन्होंने ऐसे मोटिवेट किया that whatever इस साल इसलिए नहीं हुआ, because he literally told me, I promise you that he literally told me कि इस साल इसलिए नहीं हुआ बिकॉज नेक्स्ट ईयर तेरा सिलेक्शन रेलवेज में होगा. अगर इस साल 5 नंबर से सिलेक्शन भी हो जाता, यू वुड नॉट हैव गॉट दैट डिजायर्ड डिपार्टमेंट दैट यू वुड वांट. एंड लकीली फॉर हिम, ही वाज सो हैप्पी विद दैट result that I have got this year.
Abhishek, it seems your father's military training came to your rescue and built upon that motivation level. So tell us a little more about the chemistry of a father and a son, and how actually overall in terms of one motivation, second is disciplining you, and third is going about a target. So what actually are your thoughts, and what have you been, in terms of say your father inspiring or maybe motivating you in all these three things?
So my father has played a very important role in all of these three things. Being in the army, he was himself very disciplined. So he always inculcated that qualities in us. We used to get up early. We used to sit down in the evening. Whether we had anything to study or not, we just had to take out a books and just study whatever we were taught in the school. So we had this discipline right through, and it has continued right through our life. That is one fact that is always kept in us. Whether 5 बजे जाओ खेलने, चाहे तुम्हारा कोई भी काम हो, 7 बजे वापस आ जाओ, 7 बजे नहीं आए तो पिटोगे. That was one thing he always taught us. That is how we became disciplined, and I was more focused. That helps me gain focus. Motivation, he has always been motivating me because he knew my college, I was good in studies, so he always told me, तू ये कर सकता है, you can do it. Don't be disheartened. कुछ नहीं हुआ तो इसलिए नहीं हुआ, अच्छे के लिए नहीं हुआ, जो हुआ इसलिए नहीं हुआ. He never backed me down कि अच्छा ये नहीं हुआ, इसको छोड़ दे, ये कर ले. He never did those things, and that is why he is the best motivator. Yes, maybe I could say कि I would surely say कि my father's military life and his discipline has helped me in my life.
Abhishek, after finishing your college, maybe in last year or before in college itself, did you opted for campus placement as well?
Sir, I opted for campus placement. I was into L&T. I got selected into L&T, but even then my father asked me, do you want to go there? I said, in the long term I do not see myself there. So he told me, okay, if you are selected, don't and then you do not want to stay there, please don't join it. And that is when I started preparing for ESE.
So Abhishek, again I'll ask, it requires a lot of self-belief to commit to a task, leaving such a good job. So what was that source of that self-belief?
Sir, the source of my self-belief was earlier when I joined the college, I was a pretty low ranker in the examinations, JEE examinations. So at that moment I was a little lacking in confidence that मेरे से बड़े ranker हैं, how could I compete against them? But within the period of 4 years, I saw myself that I have the ability to compete against the best. And only then I realized that how quickly I can grasp things. And being a civil engineer, I had interest in environment and other things that are civil related things, and that interest showed. I got good marks in all my semester examinations, and that showed me a way that even if you pursue this as a only career, then I can also be successful because my interest lied in there. And that is one thing I want to tell everyone, where your interest lies, only then अगर आपका इंटरेस्ट किसी चीज में है, only then can you be successful. अगर आप चाहते हो कि कुछ करना है, get your interest into it.
Abhishek, now coming on to all important prelims preparation. Tell me what has been your understanding of this exam and what worked for you.
Sir, in the preliminary examination, one thing that I focused on was accuracy. Accuracy means I attempted 100 questions in the preliminary technical examination. I got around 89 correct. And I think that is quite a good accuracy, because the negative marks that you get, one thing is you get the positive marks, other you get negative marks. If you try to keep the negative marks as low as possible, that was my thinking, and that is why I did not go for speed, but I went for accuracy. And the second thing that I went for, I always think preparation के दौरान मैं ध्यान रखा है, is that whenever you give an examination for prelims, that test series, you find mistakes, what all mistakes you have done, and analyze it, because those mistakes are such. मैं हमेशा ये सोच, मेरे पापा हमेशा ये बोलते थे, whatever mistakes you make, read it such that दोबारा ये क्वेश्चन आया ना तो ये नहीं, अपनी तैयारी से नहीं याद रहना है, उसको ये याद रखना है कि ये गलती मैंने पहले कर चुका हूँ, दोबारा ये गलती नहीं करनी. एंड दैट इज वन थिंग दैट आई ऑलवेज हैड इन ऑल माई टेस्ट सीरीज. जो भी गलती करता था, आई यूज टू राइट देम डाउन. आई यूज टू फाउंड कि मैंने ये गलती क्यों की है, क्यों कॉन्सेप्चुअल एरर हुआ है या फिर मैनुअल एरर हुआ है. देयर आर टू टाइप्स ऑफ एरर, कॉन्सेप्चुअल या मैनुअल. सो आई यूज टू फाइंड आउट, अगर मैनुअल है तो मैं इसको सुधार सकता हूँ बाई कैलकुलेशंस, एंड कॉन्सेप्चुअल है तो आई रीड इट अगेन. दैट हेल्प मी थ्रू आउट द प्रोसेस.
And Abhishek, what was your score in GS and technical paper in prelims?
Sir, my technical score was 161. GS score was 88.
Now, having written prelims, you must have gone for GATE. So tell me, how did you switch over to GATE, and what was your GATE specific strategy?
Sir, when after the ES prelims examination, one thing was to take your mind off the GS things that were available, that I had kept in mind. So because GATE में GS नहीं आता. GATE is all about the application part of the concepts that you have learned. So the most beautiful way to apply your concepts is to solve questions. जितने ज़्यादा GATE related questions solve करेंगे, उतने ज़्यादा आपको दिमाग में ये आएगा कि how to solve it. Same was my strategy. In the last 1 month, I gave around 2 papers a day. कुछ नहीं पढ़, बिकॉज ES देने के बाद कॉन्सेप्ट्स इतने क्लियर थे, पढ़ाई हो रखी थी, पूरी तैयारी थी. सो आई डिड नॉट हैव टू स्टडी, बट जस्ट उन क्वेश्चंस को, कॉन्सेप्ट्स को अप्लाई करना था. दैट इज वाई आई जस्ट 2 पेपर एक दिन में देता था, 2 किसी दिन 3 भी, एंड देन यूज टू एनालाइज दोज एंड उसकी गलतियां पे चेक करता था. दैट वाज द बेस्ट पॉसिबल वे दैट आई कुड हैव स्टडीड.
And what, according to you, is difference between ESE prelims and GATE exam?
Sir, ESE prelims, the basic difference is, one thing is keeping up aside the GS. Technical में difference ये है कि GS जब आप questions check करते हैं तो GS में same question अगर आया है GATE और ES में, तो options are such कि GATE में अगर 1 option है, 2 option है, 3 है और 4 है, तो इस तरफ से option होंगे कि दोनों में कोई link होगा. If you multiply by 2, if you get by 2, options related होते हैं. But when you are giving in ES examination, आंसर होता है 45, 46, 47, 48. सो आंसर अगर आपको आ रहा है ES में तो वो श्योर शॉट है कि आपका आंसर सही है. बट गेट में आंसर ऐसे भी होते हैं जो आंसर आपके आएंगे बट स्टिल वो गलत है. सो यू हैव टू मेंटेन अ हाई लेवल ऑफ फोकस एंड एक्यूरेसी. गेट में ज्यादा एक्यूरेसी चाहिए होती है एंड कॉन्सेप्ट्स नीड टू बी मच मोर क्लियर, बिकॉज आंसर आएगा आपको लगेगा सही है बट स्टिल वो गलत हो सकता है. जबकि ES में अगर आपका कॉन्सेप्ट गलत है तो आपका आंसर आएगा ही नहीं. So you can refine those. और high pressure situations में you make a lot of mistakes like this.
Abhishek, what was your rank in GATE?
So my GATE rank was 96 in 2019.
So Abhishek, having written GATE, it must have been at the back of your mind that you have done pretty well. So did it anyway impeded or maybe build upon any kind of complacency in terms of while you are preparing for, say, ESE mains?
Sir, my main focus was always towards ESE. So no, in case of ESE mains, it did not have any effect. And for effect in GATE, I did not total my marks until I gave the GATE exam. So that was also not a more distraction. And ES में बहुत ES के mains में बहुत time मिला था. So and I also knew कि GATE का rank is ultimately where I can work this year. But ultimately मेरा aim is towards ESE. So you have to keep focus and keep studying, not only till you get mains but after interviews as well, because you can never be sure कि क्या होता है. So after till interviews हमेशा पूरे time तक you have to continue studying.
ESE mains के लिए what used to be your schedule with regard to 1 revision And second was, how did you spread out that entire preparation, the timeline?
सर ESE मेंस के लिए विद इन द 4 months आई डिसाइडेड कि पहले 1.5 या 2 months आई विल जस्ट स्टडी, सॉल्व क्वेश्चंस दैट आर अवेलेबल टू मी, जितने क्वेश्चंस अवेलेबल हैं, एंड देन अगेन आफ्टर 2 months, मई अप्रैल खत्म होने के बाद मई जून 2 महीने बचे थे, सो आई जस्ट फोकस्ड ऑन क्वेश्चंस एक साथ, गिविंग 1 टेस्ट एट अ टाइम, क्वेश्चंस की प्रैक्टिस हो रही थी, एंड साथ साथ में जो क्वेश्चंस नहीं आते उस तरह के क्वेश्चंस को और एनालाइज करना, और साथ साथ में आफ्टर एवरी 7 days आई यूज टू रिवाइज व्हाट आई हैव स्टडीड. 7 दिन के बाद हर 1 घंटा देता था कि इतना हमें प्रैक्टिस, इतना रिवीजन करना है. सो अल्टीमेटली कुछ पहले के क्वेश्चंस भी रिवाइज हो जाते थे और साथ साथ में जो चल रहा है वो भी चलता रहता था. 2 महीने में इट वॉज ईजी, बिकॉज वंस यू आर गिविंग ESE प्रीलिम्स, ईजी हो जाता है कि मेंस की प्रिपरेशन, बिकॉज जस्ट कुछ कॉन्सेप्ट्स ही नहीं जुड़ते हैं. इट इज मोर अबाउट प्रैक्टिस ऑफ क्वेश्चंस, और प्रैक्टिस ऑफ क्वेश्चंस 2 महीने में हो जाते हैं, एंड देन यू कैन रिवाइज इट अगेन.
नाउ कमिंग ऑन टू maybe couple of weeks before writing mains, what was your schedule with regard to it?
Sir, couple of weeks before, it is the most tense time. So इस टाइम पे I used to study less because preparations उससे पहले हो रखी होती हैं, and if you are more इस टाइम पे the more less जितना आप काम रहोगे, that is what helps, because अल्टीमेटली सब हर जगह से सबके पास मटेरियल सेम है, सबके पास उतनी इन्फॉर्मेशन है. जब एग्जाम देने बैठते हैं, इट इज़ द कामनेस ऑफ द माइंड दैट मैटर्स. जितना आप काम रहोगे उस वक्त उतना ज़्यादा आपको सोल्यूशन दिमाग में आएंगे. सो यू हैव टू कीप फोकस, जितना दिमाग में रहना है. और अल्टीमेटली दीज लास्ट 2 weeks शुड बी सच कि आप जब एग्जाम में जाओ तो यू रिमेन फोकस. इसीलिए लास्ट 2 weeks में जो हो गया वो, इससे पहले आप जो पढ़ चुके हो, कीप ऑन रिवाइजिंग दैट. डू नॉट स्टार्ट एनीथिंग न्यू. जो आप नहीं कर पाए हो अब तक, आप अब नहीं कर पाओगे. सो डू नॉट गो इनटू न्यू एवेन्यूज, डू नॉट ट्राई एक्सप्लोरिंग न्यू एवेन्यूज. जो पढ़ चुके हो उसी को रिवाइज करते रहो. जो गलतियां हो रही हैं, जो इजी क्वेश्चंस है, उनको रिवाइज करो, एंड ओनली दैट. मैं यही करता था, एंड माई शेड्यूल वॉज द सेम, बट मेन फोकस वॉज टूवर्ड्स व्हाट आई हैव रेड, एंड आई डिड नॉट फोकस इनटू न्यू एवेन्यूज.
Another very important thing, Abhishek, with regard to writing mains would have been like preparing in those or writing the test in the very same hours in which actually you write exam. So how did you went about switching your daily schedule and syncing it with the exam schedule?
Sir, in the last 4 days of my just before the examination, उससे 3-4 दिन पहले मैंने पढ़ाई काफ़ी कम कर दी थी, बिकॉज आई रियलाइज कि मेरी प्रिपरेशन ठीक ठाक हो रखी है. सो दैट वाज द टाइम आई नीडेड टू सिंक्रोनाइज, बिकॉज दोपहर के टाइम आई वाज यूजुअली स्लीपिंग. 2 से 5 यूजुअली टाइम होता है व्हेन पीपल फील वेरी स्लीपी, एंड यूजुअली आई ऑल्सो फेल्ट वेरी स्लीपी. सो उस टाइम में मैं क्या करता था, जो भी एक क्वेश्चन पेपर रोज उठाता था. मॉर्निंग टाइम वाज सच कि उस टाइम में मेरे को कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होती थी, एंड इवनिंग टाइम, जो आफ्टरनून टाइम था, आई यूज टू टेक 1 पेपर एंड सॉल्व इट. 2-2.5 घंटे लगते थे, एंड वन थिंग वाज प्रिपरेशन. एक क्वेश्चन पेपर सॉल्व हो गया, एंड माई टाइम सिंक्रोनाइज, मेरा टाइम सिंक्रोनाइजेशन हो जाता था. सो दैट वाज हेल्पफुल इन द लास्ट फ्यू डेज, एंड अल्टीमेटली 3 दिन के बाद 4th डे ऑटोमेटिकली सिंक्रोनाइज हो जाता है. इट इज ओनली अ मैटर ऑफ 3 to 4 days.
Abhishek, coming on to the D-Day, that is a writing exam. So tell us those 24 hours, how you lived through.
Sir, it was very anxious moments because रात में नींद नहीं आती है. You know कि कल is the most important day of your life, not in only before mains or pre or even before interviews. So रात में सोना मुश्किल होता है, but you have to know, ये प्लान एडवांस में बनाना पड़ता है कि कल एग्जाम है, आज सोना है, और बिकॉज सोना इज वेरी, स्लीपिंग इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. सो दिन में मैं सोता नहीं था उससे 1 दिन पहले कि मेरे को नहीं सोना, कुछ भी हो जाए. एक रात पहले भी बहुत कम सोता था ताकि अगले दिन मेरे को नींद आसानी से आए. दैट वाज वन थिंग दैट आई डिड. सेकेंड थिंग वाज आई कंप्लीटली कट माई सेल्फ ऑफ फ्रॉम स्टडीज. मैं कोई बुक देखता भी नहीं था. माई फ्रेंड्स वुड रियली मेरे को बोलते थे कि तू क्या कर रहा है, बट दैट वाज वन थिंग दैट आई डिड. मैं बिल्कुल बुक्स छोड़ देता था. आई यूज्ड टू वॉच टीवीज, ये वो. माई फादर वुड अंडरस्टैंड बिकॉज ही न्यू कि क्या कर रहा है, बट माई मदर सेड कि तू पढ़ता क्यों नहीं, तेरा कल एग्जाम है, लगता नहीं तेरे को देख के. दैट वाज वन थिंग शी ऑलवेज सेड, एंड दिस हेल्प्ड मी बिकॉज स्ट्रेस खत्म हो जाता है. यू गेट काम, एंड अल्टीमेटली उसकी वजह से सो भी पाते हो, एंड देन नेक्स्ट मॉर्निंग यू आर मच मोर रिफ्रेश. एंड ऐसा है कि जब व्हेन यू लास्ट डे में आप कुछ भूल नहीं सकते. अल्टीमेटली व्हेन यू सी द क्वेश्चन पेपर यू गेट एवरीथिंग इन माइंड कि हाँ इसका आंसर ऐसे होगा. एक दिन नहीं पढ़ोगे जस्ट बिफोर द एग्जाम यू वोंट फॉरगेट एनीथिंग, बिकॉज जो भी आपने पिछले एक डेढ़ साल से पढ़ाई दे आर इन योर माइंड.
Abhishek, the moment you opened paper 1 I am speaking of, the moment you opened paper, tell me what was the impression of the subjects which have been asked in the questions, and then how do you sequence that entire paper, and then how do you go about attempting the paper?
Sir, in paper 1 there were subjects related to SOM structure. These were the subjects that were there. And one thing that I read, I took 5 minutes to read the question paper because there was given a period of 5 minutes before. So paper 5 मिनट पहले डिस्ट्रीब्यूट हो गया था. So and they allowed us कि पेपर निकाल के क्वेश्चंस देख सकते हो. So we read the question paper and one thing that I found was इस पेपर में थ्योरी बहुत है. So you have to be prepared to write a lot. ऐसे भी स्ट्रक्चर्स में सॉम स्ट्रक्चर में यू गेट अ वेरी लिमिटेड टाइम. क्वेश्चन पेपर लंबा होता है, सो यू गेट क्वेश्चन पेपर हमेशा खत्म नहीं हो पाता. बट हियर थ्योरी बहुत थी एंड यू हैव टू राइट मच मोर. एंड देयर वाज लॉट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस जिसका आंसर आप थ्योरेटिकली आपको पता है कि थ्योरी में नंबर लिमिटेड है. सो क्वेश्चन चूजिंग ऑल्सो बिकेम मच मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट बिकॉज ऐसे क्वेश्चंस थे जिसमें आपको पता है कि थ्योरी में नंबर नहीं मिलेंगे. सो वाई गो फॉर थ्योरी क्वेश्चंस जिसमें जितनी कम थ्योरी हो या फिर ऐसी थ्योरी हो जिसमें आपको स्कोर ज्यादा आ सकते हैं. गो फॉर दैट क्वेश्चन. दैट इज व्हाट आई डिसाइडेड. ये क्वेश्चंस इजी होते हैं बट स्टिल देयर आर सम पार्ट्स ऑफ इट. अल्टीमेटली ओवरऑल आपको स्कोर करना है. सो ऐसा एक क्वेश्चन का एक पार्ट आप स्कोर अगर आपको आता है दैट डज नॉट हेल्प. अल्टीमेटली यू हैव टू लुक एट द लॉन्गर पिक्चर. और जितने आप क्वेश्चंस पेपर देते जाओगे दैट विल हेल्प यू कि एनालाइज करने में कि किस तरह का क्वेश्चन आप कौन से क्वेश्चंस करोगे तो आपको ज्यादा नंबर आ सकते हैं कॉम्बिनेशन में.
While attempting theory questions, what is it you have to be extremely vigilant or cautious of?
Sir, there are many things that one should be careful about. First is the marks that is allotted to the question. Because marks, अगर 20 नंबर का क्वेश्चन है, you have to write long, very काफी पॉइंट्स लिखने पड़ते हैं. बट मोस्टली क्वेश्चंस 8 या 10 नंबर में क्वेश्चंस आते हैं. एंड फर्स्ट देन यू हैव टू चेक कि टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चन क्या है. बिकॉज जिस तरह का क्वेश्चन होता है आपको उसी तरह का आंसर देना पड़ता है. इफ देर इज समथिंग लाइक लिस्ट आउट, यू डू नॉट राइट पैराग्राफ्स. जितने आप बुलेट पॉइंट्स में शॉर्ट आंसर्स में बुलेट पॉइंट्स बना के आंसर लिखोगे दैट विल बी हेल्पफुल. अगर कंपेयर करना है टेबलाइज फॉर्म ज्यादा बेटर लगता है. इट विल बी मच मोर प्लेजेंट टू लुक. एग्जामिनर भी मतलब एक तरह से विल बी मच मोर इम्प्रेस्ड. एक वैसे तो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता उसका बट आपको राइटिंग में ईजी हो जाता है. एंड थर्ड इज इफ यू आर टू राइट समथिंग, इलेबोरेट समथिंग, देन पैराग्राफ में लिखना ज्यादा ईजी होता है. पैराग्राफ्स में भी शॉर्ट पॉइंट्स बनाओ ताकि वो इजीली डिस्टिंग्विशेबल हो. कई बार पॉइंट्स मिस हो जाते हैं. सो यू हैव टू अंडरलाइन इट. जो इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट आपको लग रहा है वो चीजें आपको हेल्प करती हैं. इट डज नॉट हेल्प कि मार्क्स ज्यादा मिलेंगे या कुछ, बट इट इज क्लियरली विजिबल और एक डिफरेंट एस्थेटिकली अपीलिंग ज्यादा अपीलिंग लगता है.
Abhishek, what was your attempt and what was your marks in paper 1?
So my paper 1 marks was 175 and I attempted around 240.
Abhishek, take us through your experience of paper 2.
Sir, paper 2 was this year paper 2 was quite simple as compared to the paper 2 of last year. Paper 2 it is because पेपर 2 में कुछ ऐसे क्वेश्चंस आए थे जो डायरेक्टली फ्रॉम द टेस्ट सीरीज थे एंड इट वाज वेरी हेल्पफुल बिकॉज डायरेक्टली क्वेश्चंस उठा के टेस्ट सीरीज से आए हुए थे. एंड ऑल्सो फ्रॉम प्रीवियस ईयर को सॉल्व करने के लिए हम फैकल्टीज ने बहुत स्ट्रेस किया था एंड दैट इज वन थिंग दैट हेल्प मी अलॉट बिकॉज प्रीवियस डायरेक्टली क्वेश्चंस आने से आपको आंसर भी याद होते हैं एंड क्वेश्चंस का तरीका सॉल्व करने का स्पेस लिमिटेड सब कुछ आपके लिए बहुत ईजी हो जाता है. दैट वाज वन थिंग दैट रियली हेल्प and इसीलिए paper 2 was easy as compared to last year and it was quite scoring as well.
Abhishek, how much you attempted in paper 2 and what was the score?
Sir, I attempted around 280 and my score was 230.
Now Abhishek, having written mains, what was the state of mind and thereafter when is it you started preparing for interview?
सर आफ्टर मेंस जब मैंने व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड कैलकुलेटिंग माय मार्क्स द नेक्स्ट डे आई रियलाइज कि मैंने कुछ गलतियां कर दी हैं. सो आई वाज नॉट वेरी हैप्पी विद माय मिस्टेक्स बिकॉज दोज वाज सिली मिस्टेक्स. But then I realized कि ultimately you have to prepare for interviews because I was confident enough कि मेरे को interview का call आएगा. And that is when I prepare. I took a gap of around 1 week or more than around 10 days, and then I started preparing again for the interviews. मेरे पास interviews की books थी. So and also because I had faced interview earlier, so I knew about the pattern and what all things are important for the interview. So I started preparing for my interview again using my last year's DAF, and also उस time पे DAF filling का वापस session आ गया था. So I again started my interview preparations then.
And what were the mistakes? What were those mistakes that you identified after writing mains?
Sir, the mistakes majorly were in paper 2 because paper 2 was so simple this year. And we knew most of my friends, we discussed that because it was simple, people knew कि आसानी से जल्दी हो सकता है. So it was more of a hurriedly made mistake. Questions, एक question का मैं part भूल गया, एक question में मैं जल्दी मैं calculations में कुछ गड़बड़ करके आ गया था. So these were the basic mistakes, not any conceptual but all human made mistakes. But fortunately for me, सब 6 marks के questions थे in the first and fifth questions, so those are not very destructive for me.
And were there any changes in DAF you made this year compared to what you filled in last year?
Yes, sir. Sir, there was one major change that I made in the DAF. Earlier, last year when I was filling the DAF, there was one thing that I did not wanted to write, that is Formula 1 racing. It was that was as my newest hobby. And I was scared because Formula 1 racing में Formula 1 cars are working aerodynamically, and I was very not weak, but I did not want my interview to go into fluid mechanics. And अगर मैं ये लिखता तो I knew कि fluid mechanics में interview जाएगा. So that is why I did not write it. This year I gained confidence watching it again. मैंने उसकी इतनी conceptual चीज़ें देखी, I studied about it कि I had the courage to write it. And fortunately for me, उसमें से इतने questions आए थे that when I came out of the interview, I was so confident कि मेरा interview बहुत अच्छा गया because Formula 1 question पे ही around 20 questions पूछे थे उन्होंने मेरे से. Around more than 20.
Abhishek, we would love to listen. What were those questions that you were fired with?
Sir, initially when they saw that I had written Formula 1 racing, पहला उन्होंने questions था कि how is a Formula 1 car designed? What is different in a Formula 1 car than a normal car? What is different in a Formula 1 track than a normal track? How is the track designed? And then they went on ki what is drag, how is the front wing working? आगे की wing हटा दूँ तो क्या होगा? पीछे की wing हटा दूँ तो क्या होगा? DRS सुना है? DRS work कैसे करता है? DRS is drag reduction system. It is used in Formula 1 to increase the speed. Something like that, to reduce the drag and help to gain more speed. तो उन्होंने पूछा किस principle पे ये काम करता है, and then side हटा दो तो क्या होगा, front wing का shape क्या होता है, and something, all these were the questions. कुछ और भी questions थे that I am not recalling right now.
Abhishek, which was your board and how long your interview lasted?
Sir, my board was TC Anand sir's board. It was around 25 minutes. But 25 minutes था, but the amount of questions were very high. छोटे questions थे, but questions quantity was much more.
And what was the interview score?
So my interview score was 126.
And how did IES Master mock interview help you?
Sir, IES Master mock interview was very much in synchronization with what the actual interview occurred. थोड़ा सा questions was a level higher, and that helped me to prepare for the ES actual interview. And also ES में यहाँ पे मेरे को जब मैंने इंटरव्यू दिया था तो मेरे को काफ़ी कम स्कोर मिला था. So that motivated me कि मेरे को इतने कम स्कोर कैसे मिल सकता है. I'll have to do better, and that is what helped me there.
Now, Abhishek, what was it like the moment results were announced and you share it with your family, and who was the first person you informed?
Sir, when in the day जब result आया था, I just came back from my office. I think it was 25th, so I just came back from the office and I was lying. I was very tired, and one of my friends called me, and the first word he said was, "Hello AIR-7." I said, "क्या बोल रहा है?" I was surprised कि पहले तो result आज आ गया, and then I was very shocked कि मेरी इतनी rank आई, because I did not really expect it. I expected to be around 20, 25, 30, but I did not expect 7. And then I called him. I just checked while he was on call, and then I said, okay, तुझसे बाद में बात करता हूँ. First person I called was my father, because he is the source of everything that I have done, or he is the source of my motivation. So first thing I called him. He was busy somewhere. I called my mom. I did not tell her. I told her that Papa se baat karo. I told him first, then everyone. And the moment I told my father the rank, he cried. And I could see how happy he was.
Abhishek, what was your father's reaction?
Sir, he said, he did not say much. He cried, and that was all to show his emotions. He was very happy. He told my grandfather about it. He was there with him, and they both were very happy. They both cried and told me, you are the first officer from our village, so congratulations for it, and you have made us proud. And they could not say much, but these were the only words they said, and that was much more than enough for me.
And Abhishek, what would you like to say from this IES Master interview through this IES Master interview to your father?
Sir, I would like to thank him for everything. He has been a constant support for me. Everything that I am is because of him. The way of life, my success, everything is all because of him, and I would like to dedicate everything to him.
Abhishek, tell us a little about your family.
So my father is in the army. He is currently posted in Chandigarh. He is in signals. And my mother is a housewife. She lives with us. And I have a younger brother. He is currently doing BA Psychology Honours from Delhi itself, Delhi University.
And Abhishek, what are your choices of services?
So my first choice is Indian Railway Services of Engineers. And second choice was CES. Third choice was CES Roads. And then MES. And then Railway Store Services, and then MES Surveyors, and then Survey of India, and then last was BRO.
Abhishek, tell us a little about your schooling as well. What kind of student were you?
Sir, I completed my entire schooling, almost entire, from 3rd to 5th in New Delhi in Army Public School. So, and my school was like बहुत ही high class school था. Because I used to remember when we were in school, my friends used to compare कि which school हम किस school में जाते हैं and all. So we always used to say कि हमारा school पूरे Delhi में best है. That was one thing that I remember whenever we used to talk. So that was the level of standard of studies and discipline we had in a school. It was very disciplined because it was an army school, and also the quality of studies were very, very high. And
Abhishek, how would you remember IES Master?
Sir, IES Master has helped me a lot throughout my process. Every time I have been in any problem, I have looked upon them, I have called them, and they have been there to guide me. Even in the preliminary phase, when last year when it was difficult to get out of that situation, I called them, purchased books, and also they guided me through the process. जो क्या बेस्ट इस वक्त कर सकते हो, so that you can prepare for prelims easily in the next 2 months. So they have been a constant support, and I would love to thank them for their guidance all throughout.
Thank you, Abhishek. Thank you so much. And it is such a motivation to speak a person like you, and you sharing the family values with us. Thank you so much. It will be a motivation for many students and aspirants aspiring for ESE exams. Thank you, Abhishek, for speaking to us.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.